Today we're going to focus on the Maya architecture. We're going to try to do the famous Chichen Itza. I don't know if you know this temple. It's quite famous in the Yucatan. So how are we going to do this? As you can see, this is the simple version that we have in Google SketchUp. So it's made pretty much of three parts: the top part, the stairs, and finally these big building blocks. So we'll need to use measurements, otherwise it doesn't work. So how are we going to do that? We're going to go on the side, or even I'm going to start from the beginning. Let's go home. Let's start with 0 in front of us. So we're going to need to build a big square. So how are we going to do that? We're going to zoom out, because we're going to play with the real measurement, or measurements are almost as real as possible. So we're going to draw a square. We're going to use the rectangle tool for that, of 220 by 220. So 220, 220, enter. Huge, massive, 220 meter long, a 220 meter long. So now we'll need to divide this square into portions for the building blocks and for the stairs. So what we're going to do, we'll need to measure, and to measure we need a new tool, T, measuring tape, and from each corner we're going to measure 90, enter. And when you do this, there's something small appearing, okay, like a little tiny mark. Let me repeat again. From this corner, do one click, release, 90, enter, and you repeat that from each corner, 90, enter, 90, enter. Oh, made a mistake. Let's do it again. For 90, enter. There's something wrong. Let me zoom. I think I'm not filling correctly. 90, enter. There we go. That's because it was just too close to the green axis, so might be a little bit of a trouble. 90, enter. Wrong lens. Let me do it again. 90, enter. 90, enter, and then finally the last one, 90, enter. We're going to use line tool, and we're going to just connect the corresponding tally mark together. Very good. We form like a giant plus. And now we'll need to continue measuring. So T for measuring tool, and we're going to just measure 5, enter, 5, enter. We're going to do the same over here. 5, enter, 5, enter. Same at the top. 5, enter, 5, enter. Over here I need to be careful. 5, enter, 5, enter. And we're going to do the same now. So line tool, and we connect the corresponding one. Make sure you really go from one segment to the opposite one. So from one segment to the opposite one, one segment to the opposite one. Use the eraser, E for eraser, and we're going to erase certain of these segments to form a big square in the center. Perfect. This is a perfect template to start with. Over here we're going to have the stairs, 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 stairs. On top here, when we'll finish, we'll place the top little roof, and then finally we'll have the big building blocks on the side. So let's push the center 92 meter, and we're going to do exactly the same with the side of each little stair. 92, enter. We can even double click to go faster now that the software understood what do we want. Let's rotate push tool, double click, and finally, oops, hidden here at the back. Awesome. I know it's too high, I know we'll need to move this down, but we can just do it after. What else do we need to do? We need to push this 2 meter. 2 meter, we can just double click, 2 meter, 2 meter. Excellent. I'm gonna go back to where my little man is. As you can see, he's here. And now I have a choice. Or I do the building blocks, or I do the stairs. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna keep the stairs for the end, and we're gonna do something easy, which are the building blocks. So how do we do it? These building blocks, they have a certain symmetry. So what do we need to do? We first need to draw some squares on the floor, and then we're going to push this after up. So rectangle, and from this corner we're going to build a 9,9 enter, 18,18, and if you know your multiplier of 9, next one is 27, 27, and you just continue until reaching 90. You don't need to repeat the 90, of course, because it's already there. 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, and finally 81. Takes a little bit of time, so a lot of repeating. But it's good, like this you practice your tools over and over and over. Now we're going to need to push this up. So we're going to start from the highest to the lowest, and the highest, as you can see, it goes from 2 meter to 92. So what do we need to do? We would love to push it to the top, but it's going to look weird, so we're going to make it 9 centimeters down, so it's going to be 81. So let me redo that from the beginning. 81 up. So the next one, 72, 63, and you just go reverse. 54, 45, 36, 27, 18, 9. Perfect. Let's repeat exactly the same on the other side. Feel free to pause and just do it yourself. I'm just repeat it 4 more times. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81. I'm just go on, and then after I'm going to push everything up. Might be easier like that. And one more. Don't make any mistakes. You can even write these numbers down. It's just the multiples of 9. Perfect. And then now you push it better from the highest to the lowest. So that was 81, 72, 63, 54, 45, 36, 27, 18, and finally 9. Repeat again. Or you can just go a little bit faster and you can just push this one up and focus on the same height than the previous one. It's another way to do it. Some people prefer like this, you avoid just getting crazy with the numbers. Make sure it's the corresponding one. As you can see, I made a mistake somewhere. So, second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one, sixth one, oh, strange. Don't know why, but there's a mistake. Oh, I forgot the center one. Look at that. No. You see, sometimes you want to go quicker, and at the end, you're making more mistakes than just repeating what you knew. Ah, bad luck, bad luck. Would have been quicker by playing with the numbers. I'm gonna go back to my little numbers. I know my table. 81, 72, 63, 54, 45, 36, 27, 18, and finally 9. Awesome, look at this. Before doing the stairs, we're gonna focus on the top here, like this is done. We're gonna do the offset. F4 offset, we're gonna offset a certain amount of, you just choose, and then we're gonna push this up, try to find a height that you really like. I like that proportion here, and you can just add a little door if you want to make it a little bit more real. Okay, you can do that on any part. If you want to repeat the same action here on the right, you're more than welcome. I'll just keep it this way to go a little bit faster. So now we need to add some stairs. There will be 4 equal stairs, but because I want to copy paste that, I'm going to build the stairs on the right side, and then after I'm going to include them inside. We're going to try to do that as fast as we can. So, rectangle tool, and we need to decide of the size that we had here. If you go to math, it is 90, 30. 30 by 90. So, let's zoom on it. And I would love to divide that into little steps. Let's make 2 meters. So how do we divide that into 45 steps? It could be more if you want to make more real. It could be 200 steps, but we don't have that amount of time. So how are we going to do this? I'm going to zoom on the left side. I'm going to measure 2 meters. 2 meters at the top. And I'm going to use the line tool. I'm going to check that everything is done perfectly. Yes. I'm going to zoom slightly out. I'm going to select this segment. And I'm going to use the move tool, control, and I'm going to move this to the end. And now I'm going to do /44, enter. Why 44? Because we had already a step before. So let's repeat that. I was a little bit weird. You select only the segment, move tool, control, and then you move this one to the end, so over this last segment, and you do slash 44, and turn automatically you'll have all the steps. Give it a try, and now this one will be at the end, but it's going to be much easier if we start from the bottom. So 2 up, 4 up, oops, 4 up. You can see that we'll need to do 2 more. I don't want to do that over and over and over and over. So what are we going to do? We're going to be smarter than the software, and we're going to start from the ending. So 90, 88, 86, 84, and you just continue 2 down, 2 down. Always double check, yeah. Takes a little bit of time. Let me check. So far, so good. Always check every time that the steps are equal. 38. Oops, look, that's what I was talking about. Made a mistake here. This should be 2 meters down. Here we go. I was at 32, so now it's 30. 28. Sorry for the playing. 20. Almost done, guys. We're all getting crazy. 10, 8, 6, 4, and I didn't make any mistake. That's awesome. 2. Don't forget to save anything here, because if you made a mistake, you will need to do that again over and over and over. I don't want to hide any of these segments. Let's find a way it is, but I want to make that a group. So you triple click on it, make group, and now the only thing that we need to do is copy paste that 3 more times. So M, Control or Option for Mac, and from a bottom corner you copy paste it 4 times. Again, press on Control or Option and copy paste it 4 times. And now the only thing we need to do is place them here inside. So that one's going to be easy. Why? Because if you use this corner here, it's going to fuse perfectly with this one. Always double check. Perfect. But we'll have a problem with the others because they're not facing the correct direction. So first let's move them as close as we can, and when you go over the top, that little red crosses, if you go over 1, you can just move them and rotate them of 90 degrees. And now I can place them inside. Oh, a little bit difficult, I'm too far, so I'm going to zoom in and move it correctly. Repeat this with all the others, and then when you finish, the only thing you'll need to do is just select these little segment here, use the move tool, and move them down. I repeat again, select this little segment, move tool, and then you move it over the corresponding corner. You do that all around and everything will be done.